our official sponsor, Greenwood Stock Trading. If you want to learn how to make some passive income, some extra money, so you can invest in your future and your kids' future, give them a call for a free 10-minute consultation, 281-760-3170. Go get to the bag. All right, man, let's talk about Creed 3. Got a chance to see it Saturday. Give a quick review. I already heard one person said they ain't like it. I liked it, but you already know when you get into a niche community like boxing, is really a niche sport. It's a niche community. A lot of people going, so this wasn't real, that wasn't real. Jonathan Majors did a great job acting. Wood Harris is great as usual. T.C. Thompson is great as usual. Michael B. Jordan, I think he was the director. He was the director of the movie and a producer. And also Sylvester Stallone was listed as a producer, and Ryan Coogler and a few other more. The story was run by Ryan Coogler and Keenan Coogler. So I'm guessing that's his brother or something like that. So it came out Friday. Well, some people places Thursday. I liked it. I liked the movie a lot. Jonathan Majors was, a great villain. If you want to call him the villain in a lot of ways, Adonis Creed was the villain and Michael B. Jordan was the actual villain in this movie. Now I'm gonna get spoilers away. So storyline centered around Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan, where Jonathan Majors was basically, they grew up in a group home together, and Jonathan Majors was the one that Adonis looked up to, and he was the top amateur fighter, top Golden Glove fighter, winning tournaments. He was, dealing in the street life or whatever. And I'm not going to spoil the whole movie, right? And eventually, something happened where Jonathan Majors had to go to jail, and he pretty much held Adonis, responsible for that. And Adonis partly held himself responsible. So he basically gave him an opportunity to come to the Delphi gym, and get some good work in. With unified heavyweight champ was paid by Jose Benavidez Jr., a boxer. Then he kind of finessed, Adonis into getting the fight with Jose Benavidez Jr. I won't get that spoiler away, because that's really the gist. Like, those two main points is the gist of the movie. And and Adonis pretty much forgot about Jonathan Majors' character in the movie. Okay. And there was a lot that went into him forgetting about it and not doing this. And I just say this, and how people in jail, they really like to get the calls, the visits, and the letters. They love to get the letters, bro. And I remember my brother in jail, he was writing, I just went writing back. It wasn't that, it's just, you can just get caught up in everyday life. You can get caught up in everyday life or whatever, but some people choose not to write, some people lose touch, some people, have a life and they move on. I'm not justifying, the internet that, but for the most part, he pretty much moved on with a little bit of help from somebody else. And Jonathan Major character Damien showed back up. He showed back up 18 years later after getting out the penitentiary, and he shows back up to the gym, and basically, kind of, asking, for help, asking him, like, get him back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Trying to finesse him, to get him, get him a title shot. And he ended up getting a title shot in his first pro fight. Now, what happened with that was, he was sparring with the heavyweight unified champion, and the one of his opponents fell out. So before the opponent fell out, he asked Michael B. Jordan, for an immediate title shot. Like, he said, well, you had an immediate shot. Why can't I have an immediate shot? Michael B. Jordan said it really don't work that way. Adonis Creed. But long story short, something happened. Now, another spoiler point in the movie, I'm not gonna give away. Something happened where he didn't get that title. That the fighter that he was, the champ was supposed to fight fell out. So Damien gets the title shot. He ended up, getting the title. Uh, and then when he get the title, pretty much, the finesse was done to Michael B. Jordan, who had Adonis Creed had been retired for 3 years, and so he basically, had to go get his respect in the ring, and it was great. The fight scenes was great. The production was great. I have no problem with the storyline. It's Hollywood. I mean, look at Lamar and BMF. He was able to die and come back in the script. And the main thing people pointed to was that, well, Lamar ain't die in real life. That was the main thing people pointed to. Well, Lamar ain't die in real life. So they was able to get away, with that part of the script, so I wasn't mad about it. How somebody get out of jail 18 years later, he immediately get a title shot or whatever. I know it don't work that way, especially if he never had a pro career. Even if he stopped his pro career for 18 years and came back, it's very hard, to get back in the ring and do anything. Trust me. Um, that's the one part of the story that a lot of people didn't like. Hardcore boxing fans didn't like, or boxing fans in general. Now, me personally, how I would have wrote it, um, you know, maybe he had a boxing career. I don't know really. Maybe he had a boxing career or something like that, and whatever. But it's pretty much right. He was supposed to be the one. If he wasn't here, if I would have been around, this wouldn't have been your life or this, that, and the third. It's kind of like the Jay-Z, Biggie, and Tupac effect, where people say, well, Biggie and Tupac was alive, Jay-Z wouldn't be as big as he was, or if Aaliyah was alive, Beyonce wouldn't be as big as she was. You know what I'm saying? And people that say that, they say that of because Jay-Z dropped the Pac diss track. Nobody knew Jay-Z was irrelevant while Pac and Big was really popping. And it wasn't because he wasn't good enough to kind of beat her. I mean, he had songs with Biggie and they was going bar for bar. It was the fact that Jay-Z was trying to get a better deal. Jay-Z was trying to get a better deal. He was trying to get ownership, 1 year deal priority, and they was trying to build the Rockefeller brand as entrepreneurs and not just as artists. And that's why it took Jay-Z a little longer to break through. That's what people don't tell you about the situation, but kind of was like that. And at the end of the day, once you fight in a boxing ring, in the street, sometimes you can fight and it's all love after y'all fight and throw down. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody don't go get a gun or something. And then in boxing, usually I done seen people had the nastiest beef, and it's usually love. It's usually all love afterwards. It's the ultimate sign of gentleman. That's what they call it, a gentleman's sport. It's the ultimate sign of respect. It's the ultimate sign of respect, bro, when you get in there and exchange hands. But overall, the acting is tremendous. The production was tremendous. I didn't mind the storyline. I know that's going to be a confusion. The fight scenes were good. It was explosive. Could have been a little bit more detailed. Just that kind of could have been my thing. I think it could have been a little bit more detailed about their history or whatever. But then again, you don't want to make these movies too long if you don't have to. So, I didn't mind it with some, familiar faces and new places in there, or, in parts of the movie. So, to me, it was cool. Don't know if they're gonna continue it on, or um or spin it off. That'll be the $1 million question. Will they continue it? Will they spin it off? But if on a scale of 1 to 10, I say it's a 8, 8.5. Because you got to remember too, this was a trilogy. So how many great trilogies do we really have out here? Fast and Furious, they don't like their third trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Jokingly, but yeah, how many great trilogies do you really have? It's not a whole bunch. So I think it was great for a trilogy. Not sure if he gonna have like a Tommy Guns type of fourth one, or they gonna try to spin it off to something else, or they just gonna bury it and be done with the Rocky franchise altogether. But it was some things in there. I gave a little bit of spoilers, but there were some things in there that made this movie dramatic and great, and it was some great acting. There was some of those tough tension scenes in there as well too. That it calls for a little bit of drama and theatrics and stuff of that nature, but everybody did really, really well. Everybody did really, really well in this movie, and maybe it can help bring the revival of boxing back. Maybe it can help revive it because right now they ain't fighting, and that's the biggest problem. And one of the things that made boxing, even more bigger in the glory days was the Rocky movies. It was the Rocky movie. It made it even bigger. Expanded it even bigger. So hopefully this can kind of you know grow the sport and get the sport reinvigorated and get it back on track. So let me know what you girls and guys think about it. Check out my movie review playlist. I do appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. The best way you could do so is thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit my link tree, find me everywhere. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.